represent your presence here at the largest multi-day event in conservative grassroots history. Is a message that will be heard by these people. Phoenix, Arizona, people from all over the country.
It's remarkable because it brings everybody together.
My favorite of the year.
Energy, let us want you to see it. Stakes are high. We have only begun to fight.
What's up, y'all? 511 Land. Awesome to be here with you this morning. Man, I am pumped. Today is going to be a very special episode. We've been talking about this for, gosh, it seems like 6 months now, but you know, at least several weeks. But I'm excited. We're going to do a special countdown today about all of the reasons y'all need to be at AmFest. But before we do, I want to welcome, as always, my brother from another mother, Jarrett Branch. What's up, my brother?
Hey, Mike, what's going on? I'm so excited to be here this morning, guys. We're going to have a fantastic show. You guys love countdowns. We love countdowns. As we're going through it, make sure you drop your top reasons in the chat. So we love to talk about those two, guys.
Yeah, and if you guys are here watching live, let us know live in the hashtag live in the comments. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay in the comments. But we want to hear from you guys. And something else, Jarrett, that we talked about doing, and I think now's as good a time as any to make a point to announce this. I don't remember if we announced this earlier in the week or not, but I want to make a point to bring it out right now. Is we're going to start taking some feedback from all of you guys, some questions, some comments, and we're going to be bringing those into future shows. So, guys, drop your comments in the comment section, whatever platform you're on. X, we're on Facebook, Rumble, LinkedIn, TikTok, you name it, we're there. And by the way, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, go watch us over there. You can leave your comment, review over there, and we'll answer those too. So yeah, but today we're doing the countdown to AmFest, and let's see, we are just a few months away. That's in December 19th through 22nd, and so what is that? October, November, December, 3 months away, 90 days,
Really fast.
and it's God willing, it's going to be a big celebration for victory of conservative values, for our Christian principles, for Donald Trump in the White House. And, no matter what happens, and I say this all the time, you guys know it, but no matter what happens, we know God's on the throne regardless of who gets in the White House. But we're expecting a victory. We're expecting it to be a giant celebration in December in Phoenix. Guys, if you haven't already got your tickets to AmFest, go get them now. You can get the VIP, or you can get the regular general admission. I think VIP is the only way that I would attend. But they did just end the early bird registration. I know the video said we have early bird registration. We are so brand new to ending that early bird registration that they haven't even had a chance to get us the brand new video yet. But as soon as we do, we'll be announcing that. We do know that there's going to be some other promotions and some other things coming up that usually they allow us to participate in those as well.
Yeah, Mike, 100%. VIP is the way to go. It's a great time. You get preferential seating. There's usually a different entrance to go into. You're going to wait in line this long. And usually I'm working in the VIP rooms. Get to hang out with me. So it's a great time, guys.
I'm there too.
Everybody's going to be there. So it's going to be a fantastic time. I love AmFest. Last year was my first time attending, and I got to attend from the other side to see how everything comes together. And I got to say, the events team, every department comes together for a fantastic event. I think over 14,000 patriots from across the world, not just America, all 50 states and multiple countries were there. Over 200 plus media outlets from across the world. And again, it's just, Mike, 100% right. It's going to be a great time. It'll be one giant party to kick off this win that we know that Donald Trump's going to get, but it only happens if we work hard. We can celebrate after we put in the work.
That's right. That's right. And we're going to be there alongside some of our brothers and sisters, some of the great brands that 511 represents, Freedom 2.0, Stand Up Now Apparel. We'll be bringing that stuff to you guys. But before we get into the meat of our content today, I do want to give a quick shout out to one of our most loyal sponsors, Covenant Coffee, Hope in a Cup, covenantcoffee.org. Covenant Coffee has been not the original, but one of the original sponsors of 511 Media Group. They've been in since the beginning, and we're proud to be representing what they do in the great city of Bakersfield, Kern County, California. You can go check them out, covenantcoffee.org. They should get hopeinacup.com, I think. I don't know, talk to them about that. But covenantcoffee.org, you guys go check them out. They got K-Cups, they got grounds, they got beans, they got all the things. And if you're in Bakersfield, California, they have a shop right across the street from 511 Media at Mohawk in California, inside of the Stockdale Tower. Cloud 9 by Covenant Coffee, old coffee shop, Cloud 9, now Cloud 9 by Covenant Coffee. They are on North Chester in Bakersfield as well. And I'm starting to see their brand everywhere, Jarrett, all over Bakersfield. So I love that. And I love their mission of supporting, encouraging, providing job opportunities for the emancipated foster youth of Kern County. So Randy Martin, thanks for all you do. And thanks for supporting 511 Media Group. And also, we got to announce tomorrow the event that you and I, Renata, we're all going to be at, which is Blexit Night of Faith. I'm going to let you take this one, Jarrett.
So, guys, after we have the show today, we're going to fly out right to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for Blexit Night of Faith. It's going to be at In the Light Church from 5 to 7 p.m. Amazing food. We still have some tickets left, so click that link. Pierre Wilson's going to be there, myself, Mike, Renata, Pastor Lorenzo Sewell. There can be some amazing praise and worship. And guys, come out and support. It's going to be an amazing time, and I hope to see you guys there tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's a Jarrett, a free event, right? That is supporting the Blexit community and reinforcing what they do. Tell us a little bit about what the event's about.
It's a free event, so you come out, it's family friendly. An event's all about praise and worship and bringing biblical principles back to America, and also just having a good time with the Lord. One thing about Blexit, they're all about grassroots movements, and this is the grassroots movement in the church. It's great for everyone to come together to worship the Lord, to have some great food, and to connect with the community. Sometimes after a stressful work week, this is the type of event that you need. So bring the family, bring the friends, have some fun. It's going to be a great time.
That's right. And we'll see you guys there tomorrow night at In the Light Church in Philadelphia, PA. So we said we're going to get into the countdown. We're doing a countdown of the top 10 reasons plus one bonus reason for being at AmFest. Let's kick it off with number 11, Darius. Boom. Get involved with the movement. So what do we mean when we say get involved with the movement? We're going to have the whole conservative movement, but I think one of 511's biggest supporters, Turning Point, Blexit, all of these groups, and you're going to get an opportunity to get to meet me and Jarrett and Renata and the rest of our team. You're going to get an opportunity to interact with the people from Turning Point Faith, from Turning Point USA, from Turning Point Action, from Blexit, and many other organizations, by the way, that I think are very much in alignment with what we're doing. The parallel economy, when you look at the organizations that are supporting and promoting our values, they're all going to be there. So, guys, that is one of the greatest reasons to be at AmFest. Jarrett?
Yeah, I love it. And also, guys, you can pick people's brains. You're going to walk through these crowds, and I kid you not, you're going to see people that you see on your social media, that you see on the news, that you see all over, and you can just walk up to them and talk. And we're conservatives. We're not like the liberals. We're not going to chase you down and say, hey, get my bodyguard. I mean, you could literally talk to everyone. I walked in, I'm talking to Alex Stein 99, then I'm talking to Topher. And guys, as you go, the more you get involved, this becomes one giant family reunion because we're all working together for the same cause. But yeah, guys, you definitely want to get involved because these are some of the top leaders in the world at this event for the conservative movement, and they're there willing to share their knowledge. Again, you got to pay a ticket, but once you get in there, that knowledge is free.
Yep, that's right, guys. And that is one of the things that I loved about joining the TP family is felt immediately a part of. Never felt like it was cliquey in any way. At least I didn't feel that, or either that, or I'm part of the clique. Either one way or the other. But I don't think that I would necessarily say I'm part of it. But I think it's cool, Jarrett. You and I, our first one was the same one. You were working it. I was attending it. We were sitting backstage VIP. Got to interact with a lot of people, so it was really cool. So, let's move on to reason number 10. Reason number 10, make new friends and connections. And that is exactly what Jarrett and I are talking about. Make new friends and connections. And the thing that I love about the community, I think largely goes for the conservative community, because we got ages from really young, and I mean really young, because I'm going to have my entire family there, all the way down to 6 years old, all the way up to, I'm sure we probably have people in their 90s there, if not even older than that. So anyone, any age, you're going to be able to connect with. You're going to have a great time, but you're not going to feel like an outsider. Also, and I had this conversation with one of our wonderful contributors, Viv Ivy. She said, I don't know if I'm quite as conservative as the rest of y'all. Well, guess what? The Conservative Party, what we stand for, we're open to different ideas. You are entitled to your opinion, and that's one of the values that we very strongly believe in, is the First Amendment. Have your opinion, voice your opinion. We might disagree, but at the end of the day, we can be friends.
Yeah, exactly. And Mike, you're spot on. We could be friends. And this event's all about making connections. You will come across people from your own states that you never met before. You'll see some of your best friends in the conservative movement. And guys, again, it's such, Mike said, I hate to use this word because the liberals have dragged us through the mud, but it's such an inclusive environment. And what I mean by that is you'll see guys in cowboy hats. You'll see guys with dreads like me. You'll see people tatted. I mean, whole sleeves. You'll see
face tattoos. Yeah,
tattoos. You'll see guys who are like 100 years old. You'll see, and it's funny. I'll see this one lady. She was like 90, and you had this young guy who had to be like 18 or 19. Huge jack dude. He just pushed her in the wheelchair. Didn't even know each other, but pushed her around the entire event because he's trying to be helpful. I mean, these are some lifelong connections. And also, from seeing organizations, you make some great friendships and even some possible marriage. Blexit actually has at least 2 or 3 couples who met in Blexit through volunteering who later became husband and wife. So we're all inclusive, guys, all encompassing. Come in, find yourself a husband and wife, and join the fun.
The other thing that I think, and we might get to this a little bit later on, but you might find your next business partner. You might find your next employer. You might find your next employee. So all of those are great reasons, but it's Mike, one big family.
We met at an event. It was great. If I wasn't at that event and we didn't partner, I didn't know where we'd be right now doing this. I mean, it was that event that linked us together, and it was through connections. I knew this one guy, you knew the same guy, and they're like, oh, we should connect. And it's been great. And that's why events like this are necessary in the conservative movement, because you never know what can come from it.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that's important to mention, because you said this, don't be afraid to go up to people. There's going to be all sorts of people there that are doing the man on the street interviews. So if you guys want some publicity, some airtime, there's going to be an opportunity for that too. But don't be afraid to approach people, because people are more approachable than you think. And if you run into that one fuddy-dud that doesn't want to talk to you, just ignore him and move on. But guys, that brings us to reason number 9. Reason number 9: exclusive merch, giveaways, and contests. And yes, 511 Media is going to be doing some exclusive merch. Jarrett, we're gonna have to collaborate on some. Probably a few different designs that we can bring that is exclusive to the AmFest, but we're going to do some giveaways. We're going to do some contests. We'll be announcing more of those as we get closer, but we're not the only ones that are doing that. I know the Turning Point family of organizations does that. I know many other vendors that are going to be there do the same. You might get an opportunity to win all expenses paid vacation. You might get an opportunity to win, and we're going to be doing some promotions around this, by the way, with Freedom 2.0 specifically, I know is doing this, but all expense paid trip to AmFest. So there's a lot of really cool opportunities while you're on site.
Yeah, guys, and make sure bring some comfortable shoes and bring a bag, because when Mike was saying there's some giveaways, I mean, there's tons of free merch. There might be T-shirts, swag. I mean, through our faith department, we have even custom AmFest designs that you only get at AmFest, and we give those out for free. So make sure you hit every table. Sometimes hit those tables twice because you might miss something, because there's tons of free stuff, contests. It's a whole bunch of fun, guys. You're not gonna find a better time in a conservative movement than at AmFest or in Turning Point event. And trust me, I love CPAC. I've been to CPAC. This blows CPAC out the water. It's nothing.
Oh, this ain't CPAC. This is when I think of CPAC, Jared, I think of they believe in our values and stuff for the most part, but it's kind of stodgy a little bit, right?
Kind of stuffy. I wore a hoodie.
Yeah.
They were like, "Who is this guy?" And they were confused. But then they're like, "Oh, we know you." But yeah, AmFest, you can wear whatever you want. I wear my suits and my ties. There's people wearing, like I said, Cowboys hats. The women dress in their pearls and heels. It's nice. It's one place you can go there and have a great time. And again, guys, make sure you bring a bag, some comfortable shoes, and business cards. I must say, if you're a networker, you're up and coming conservative, bring some business cards, because they're going to be needed. You might not think you need them, and bring enough. You're going to run out. Trust me. 500 is not enough.
Yeah, for sure. Because you say 500 is not enough. Jarrett, how many people attend AmFest?
Oh, I think we had like 14,000.
Yeah.
And everyone's in such a good mood. They all want to talk to you. Everyone wants your card. And so just go for it, guys. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, we're expecting like 20 this year, aren't we?
Yes, we're going to try to do the numbers. And one thing about Turning Point, when it comes to this event, everyone helps. Everyone's involved. That's why I love it from the top down. We're all making phone calls. We're all, reaching out to VIPs. We're all making sure this event is great, because you guys deserve it. You guys work hard, boots on the ground. I mean, if it wasn't for what you guys do in a conservative movement, then we wouldn't be around. I love everything that what the grassroots I love everything the grassroots movement represents, and what Turning Point represents. So, guys, I really want you to come out. And I will say this: if you see me at this event and you see somebody you want to talk to and you're scared, I'll walk you over. I have no problem. I'll make the introduction for you, because it's all about paying it forward. And someone did that to me, and that's why I'm in this position I am now.
Yeah, that's right. And same goes for me. I'll gladly make some introductions for you guys. If you're out there, you come talk to me, come talk to Jarrett, come talk to Renata. We can do that for you. So reason number 8. Top media and podcast voices live streaming. And when I say top media and podcast voices live streaming, I mean every single one of them. Every big name that you guys listen to every day, including 511. But the biggest names in the industry are going to be there, including Jarrett. You said, I believe Tucker did his show live from the stage last year. So when you talk about the top names in the industry, every single one of them is going to be there. And you guys get a chance to see their shows being produced, potentially also even get to be on some of them, right?
Yeah, a lot of times for these events, they pull the people right from the crowd to come on the show. So they're doing, like Mike said, man on the street interviews. So this is your time to see the people that you love, people that you follow, people that you respect what they do in person. It's great to see Tucker or see one of these other big names having a booth or doing a live show, because the energy it brings, I mean, the commitment to the guests, and it's so great. And the great thing about this, everyone goes on everyone else's shows. They all look out for each other. And again, it's a great opportunity. And also, if you're an up-and-comer, say podcaster, or you're up new in media or something like this is a great time to go there and see how the sausage is made. See the stuff behind the scenes, see the production, see what it takes. And also, you can talk to these guys. A lot of times internships go unmanned because people don't talk to the right companies. If you're a college kid, come to the event, talk to a company. Hey, shoot your shot. The worst thing they can say is no, right?
Yep. Yeah. And that goes for us too. We're learning. And if you guys want to learn some stuff, we're happy to share with you. We're happy to teach you. We're happy to show you what we're doing. And I think that's one of the coolest things that you get from being there is you get the opportunity to talk to some people, and it might not necessarily be the person you think that opens the door for you. Might not necessarily be the person that you're looking out for. So talk to everybody. Talk to as many people as you can, because it might be the production person behind the scenes that is the best person for you to talk to. But we're all going to be there. Pretty much everybody in the space that does podcasting, does radio, does media, does TV. They're all going to be there, every channel, every single one of them. So reason number 7, faith-fueled environment. And so we're going to be in an environment that is very much in alignment with our beliefs, with our faith, with our conservative values. And that goes largely for most, if not all, of Turning Point. But then there's also Turning Point Faith, which Jarrett is a regional manager of. So Jarrett, I'm going to let you talk about this one.
So guys, we listen to you. One thing about Turning Point USA, we listen to what you guys say, and we're bringing tons of more faith-based events to this America Fest. You guys will hear more as we're allowed to release the information. But last year we had a concert, and I got to say we had maybe 35 or 4,000 people come to the concert, praise and worship and singing and worship the Lord, and it was amazing. We had some Bible studies. There'll be some breakout rooms, breakout sessions. Again, the one thing I like about these events, this honorable mention is that there's so much information that you can learn from going out to the breakout sessions or just talking to people or just listening to the different speakers. You can learn so much, and that's what I love about this. And that's where we're bringing the faith and the fire to this event. So be on the lookout, because we will announce them here. We'll announce all the events coming forward, and you guys want to be in the building. Last year it was mind blowing. We had so many people at this event and just praying and worshiping the Lord, singing, catching on fire for God. And that's great. Because again, you guys know me, I love the Lord. And I always say it, people forget where their conservative values come from. They come from that good book. They come from the Lord. And with events like this, we talk about it. So you get best of both worlds. You get the conservative, just like fun stuff. You get the faith stuff. This is amazing. What else more can you ask for?
Yeah. And Jarrett, one of the things I personally, I love the worship time, and frankly, I'm kind of unashamed when it comes to worshiping. Like, I'm the guy in the front row on my knees, on my face, worshiping God. And so whether you want to stand in the back and just kind of observe, or you want to come to the altar and just surrender your life to God. And Jarrett, this would be an interesting stat. I would love to see this, because I guarantee you that it's not zero. How many people give their life to the Lord at these events?
Oh, tons. This is not America Fest, but at Believer Summit, we had a gentleman. He came there with his girlfriend, and long story short, he gave his life to the Lord. And then later that night, he proposed to his girlfriend. So it was amazing. So we had people give his life to the Lord. And once he was giving his life to the Lord, he's been speaking to people, he realized he's been living his life wrong and treating her wrong. And he proposed to her. And the funny thing is, he had his ring with him for a while, but he didn't know in the right time. And this just fit perfectly. And it's funny. The same guy, I will drop a link to his song. He wrote a song about Trump. It's amazing.
That's that guy? I know. We met that guy. Yeah, he was at the Blexit event. That's cool.
Yeah, he got saved there. So it's amazing.
Oh,
he was already doing God's work. And now God said, hey, there you go. And it's been great. So I guarantee there'll be people getting saved. And also, while you're there, if you're a Christian, talk to people about the Lord. Confess the Lord. Talk about your journey. Give your testimony. People want to hear that. And in this environment, they're more trusting because, you're like-minded. So sometimes we have people who have conservative values, but they hate the Lord. And that breaks my heart. So we need to bring those people back into the fold. And this is a great event to do it. But it takes you, it takes Mike, it takes all of us talking about God's glory, and repentance. And this is a great time to do it through a fun way. It's going to be a great time too. A lot of times people say Christians aren't fun, conservatives aren't fun. No, liberals aren't fun. That DNC was awfully boring. We brought Little John out 35 years later, and what, that's fun? No.
Right. And that's a great point you make about sharing your testimony, because you never know what doors that could open. You never know whose salvation might impact. And you think that you're can never be forgiven, or you think that your story is too tough, or conversely, you think, what, I've lived a life of ease, and I was born a Christian or born a pastor, and I've always been that all my life. It takes all kinds. And Jarrett, I was having a conversation with our friend Lance Williams, who is director in, I believe it's Colorado and Utah. That he was sharing with me his testimony, and I'm not gonna go forward and give that for him, but suffice to say, it is very powerful. But one of the things that stood out to me is as he started sharing that testimony, God opened all sorts of doors for him. And it's part of the reason that he has a job he does today is because of his testimony, and not just the testimony, but actually sharing vocally and actively his testimony. It's opened a lot of doors for him for speaking and for media and for other things. And so guys, get out there and share your testimony, because you never know what doors it might open. You never know who it's going to impact. So Jarrett, I love that you brought that up.
Yeah, you're spot on with that. Lance's testimony, he's going to come on the show one day. He'll give his testimony. It's amazing. And you're right. A lot of people in the faith department, we shared our testimonies. That's how we ended up there. I gotta say one thing about Turning Point USA, the faith department, events, action. They're so good at finding good people for these roles, not just people who can do the job, because anyone can do the job. You can knock on doors, talk to people, but people who are passionate about the job, people who really have a fire of reverence for everything that's going on. So I love that, you got the chance to talk to Lance. I mean, in the audience, you're going to love talking with him as well. And I believe, you guys are going to love talking to him as well. It's going to be great.
Yeah. So we're going now to reason number 6, education and empowerment. And there's so many points we can bring up on this topic, but guys, they and Jarrett, you're going to be able to speak to this more than I will, but I know that there are educational sessions, there are breakouts, there are roundtables, there are workshops on how to get involved civically, how to get involved in grassroots activism, the strategies, the tactics, all the things that you need to know to make a difference. And I know that guys, they're doing a lot of amazing things through these organizations. We just put out the election strategy playbook, and if you guys are watching and you want that, drop playbook #playbook in the comments, and we'll make sure to reach out to you about that. But Turning Point Action, who is a separate organization, we got to make a point to say this because we can't mix the pots, but we do believe in the things that they're doing, and Turning Point Action, they're helping to really do the grassroots movement. So I think their slogan is the largest grassroots conservative movement ever to exist, and they're turning the tide in Arizona, in Wisconsin, in the swing states that matter, and 511's been involved with them as well.
Yeah, they're putting in the work. I love the action team, especially in PA. I mean, they've been doing fantastic work out there, partnering with Scott Pressler, who does great work about voter registration drives and things of that nature. And guys, you definitely want to come out here to this event because there's very educational stuff going on, but in a fun way. You have breakout sessions with top people in your field, celebrities, influencers, talking about all sorts of topics under the conservative sun. You'll have stuff on pro-life. You'll have stuff on grassroots involvement. You'll have things on faith. You'll have things on, like you said, getting involved on the action side. The election would be over, but we still got prepared for the next one. So it'll teach you how to, sign up to be a poll watcher, just different things. There'll be so many different events. So I say make sure you download the app so you don't miss a thing, and you want to plan it out, because they'll have an outline of what's taking place for that day, guys. And also Turning Point Academy is going to be there. And Turning Point Academy is a breadth of knowledge, especially if you're a parent homeschooling. I mean, they do amazing things. So I would check them out as well. So, and Blexit too. So, I mean, there are going to be so many people there for educational, especially on the exhibit floor. All the nonprofits and business that come there, that's a wealth of information too. So I know we said you have tons of free stuff like merch and t-shirts and contests and all things that can happen that you can win. But the most important thing you could take from this event, besides the connections that you made, and actually not the most important thing you could take back if you're not saved, is becoming saved. But the next and most important thing you can take back from this is all the information that you can share with people. And again, when you come to this event and you get this information, don't be a gatekeeper. Share it with everybody. Blast it everywhere, because a lot of people, so many people come to the event, but so many people can't come to this event because I blame the Biden economy, because they can't come because they have to work 4 or 5 jobs, which is totally unfair. So, which I think, guys, it's going to be a great time. And Mike, I'm so happy that you're going to be there. 511 is going to be there, and we'll be sharing information as well. And you do leave feeling empowered. Every time I go to one of these events, whether it's Turning Point or Blexit, I leave energized and on fire. And I can say this, and I feel like I can speak for everyone else. I watch them firsthand. They leave fired and energized too. And it's great for our movement, especially after President Trump my prediction will win. After he wins, we're going to need that energy going forward to his presidential reign, because the left is going to throw everything at him and us to stop him while he's in office. So take the information from this event, bring it into January, and let's rock out with our new president.
Yeah, that's right. And we're going to continue, Jarrett, to bring resources. We're going to continue to grow our partnership 511 with Turning Point Action, because they're one of the organizations doing the work on the ground. We're putting together resources here as well, because just because the election's over in November doesn't mean our job stops. It just means we move on to the next phase. There's more work to be done, especially for the kingdom, but also for our values in America, because the left is relentless. They're not going to stop. We can't stop either. So after the election, there is more work to do, and supporting our congressmen, supporting our senators, supporting our school boards, supporting the president, every single one of them from the top down. And so we're gonna make sure to make a point to bring that to you guys. But at this event, they're gonna help educate you and empower you to do the same. So the next reason, number 5, electrifying entertainment. So there is not just some great speakers, and we'll get to some of those speakers in just a minute, but electrifying entertainment. We have the worship night, which we mentioned, but Jarrett, there's going to be at least one, maybe 2 concerts.
Yeah, there'll be some concerts, guys. Again, everything's fluid; things could change, but usually there's some concerts, there's some great music, and again, entertainment. There's actors there, there's comedians, there's influencers. The concerts are fire. I mean, you're going to have a great time. You're going to be thoroughly entertained from the time you get there to the time you leave. I mean, from the time you walk into the door, from the greeters to the time you're walking out. I mean, it's just a madhouse of fun. But
yeah,
also,
who did we have? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jarrett.
Who did we have last year?
Who did we have last year?
Oh, that's a good question. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, we're gonna look it up. We'll let Darius do that if he can look up who was the concerts last year for while we're talking. Jarrett, we'll let him do that. So who were the concerts last year? Because I know we had some great ones. I actually unfortunately didn't get to attend, and there's some reasons for that. I'm not gonna go into detail about that. But suffice to say, I felt like I missed out. You guys are gonna have a great time at the concerts, as well as Jarrett said, comedians. I know at some of the booths, even as we're walking the convention floor, that we have speakers, we have entertainment, we have magicians, we have things for the kids, things for adults, all sorts of things going on there.
Yeah, you never know who you see. So I say walk around. I guarantee you'll run into a celebrity or two as you're walking around, because everyone just does that. They just walk around. Again, they're not like liberal people, liberal politicians who hide behind fences that we can't even have border fences, but they're behind fences at their house or the White House or at the DNC. These guys walk through the crowds because they're proud of what they do. They're not hiding from anyone because they're doing God's work. They're doing the work for this country. So they want to be around people who are like-minded. So guys, have a great time. It's really entertaining. I mean, I have a blast. Take a lot of pictures too. I mean, take tons of pictures. Make sure you use the hashtags. But again, it's going to be an entertaining time. There'll always be something new and something different coming, because that's what we do. We probably bring the fire, we try to bring the heat, something new every time. Because one thing about Turning Point USA, they're so good at reaching people with this. I say the left is really good at. They have horrible policies, but they're really good at packaging these policies. I can say one thing about Turning Point USA, and I'll die on this hill. They are the best organization in the country about having events for conservatives. I mean, it's a great time. It's not like these events we go and there's like 100 people who are 100 years old. They're sitting around in their stuffy shirts, smoking their cigars, drinking their 100-year-old whiskey. It's nothing like that. They have those there, so if you want to find that, that's fine. Guaranteed there'll be a cigar or two, someone around there, but it's not what it's about. It brings the new generation. It brings the millennials. It brings the Gen Z. It even brings the Gen Alpha. Everyone being the Gen Alpha there. It's going to be a great time.
Who is Gen Alpha, Jarrett?
Oh, Gen Alpha are like the 6-year-olds, 8-year-olds, the young kids.
Oh, that's my kid. That's my kids. Your kids, maybe, or is your kids part of that? I don't know.
Well, my kids are Gen Z. They let me know all the time. Yeah, it's going to be a great time. yeah, I have a great time with the influencers hanging out. And also, we all have Facebook friends that we never seen before that we're friends because we have conservative values. We just happen to become friends online. On Instagram, you'll see those people too. You'll randomly get stopped by somebody. Oh, we're friends on social media. Let's take a picture. Let's talk. It's a great time. I have a blast. And, I have to say a shout out to the events team. When you see how the sausage gets made and you see them behind the scenes, if we can, see the event team. I mean, it's amazing. They put up so much work. They work nonstop, sometimes sleepless nights just to make sure all this gets together. I got to say, there's no harder working events team in grassroots than Turning Points.
That's
Hey, I found the info for who was at the concert.
awesome. Okay, cool. Yep, and I saw that you sent it to me. Thank you. So yeah, Jarrett, we got the concert info for last year, and these are some pretty big names. Some bands that I definitely did want to see last year. Some things kept me from being able to see that, but first one was Raylin. Second one was Low Cash, and the third one was Big and Rich. And guys, those are probably some of the biggest names in the country music scene. And I know that if that was who was our guest last year, who was our musical entertainment, I would fully expect that the bands this year are every bit as good, if not even better than those ones, maybe even the same ones.
Yeah, with Turning Point, you never know. It's always top quality entertainment, right? They bring the best and the brightest, whether it's education, whether it's a debate, protest, you name it. The best and brightest in Turning Point will show up, especially for an event like this. So I would check it out. I was at the concert last year. I mean, I had an amazing time. I mean, he had tons of people. It was great. One of my favorite things is if you look at the country concert and you looked at the church service, you had the same amount of people. So I loved it. Same amount of people came out for the Lord, came out to get down to some country music. And again, guys, it was a great time. I mean, you're going to have so much to do. I mean, I would say not too much to do, but I mean, there'll be so many things to choose from. You're going to have to plan out your day ahead of time, guys. It's going to be great. And Mike, who are you looking forward to seeing?
Well, we're going to announce the speakers here, or some of the speakers, which I know we're dropping. We're gonna give y'all a preview of that in just a minute. But I'm excited about a bunch of the names that are on that list, and I can imagine some of the others that might be there. I would venture to guess that may or may not be president at that event. We don't know for sure, but I would imagine that may happen. So if that happens, that'll be one of my favorites. But gotta say, yeah. So let's get into reason number 4: networking with conservative leaders. So we talked about making friends and networking with people, peers. The other big one is you get to network with the top people in the niche, in the industry, and not just conservative leaders, but also Christian faith leaders as well. Some of the organizations that Turning Point and 511 are both connected with and attached to are the movers and shakers in the industry. And so pretty much you name the politician in the conservative movement, they're there. You name the influential Christian leader that is also part of the conservative movement, very, very good chance that they're there as well. And so you're gonna get to network with these people, and most of them, if not all of them, are very down to earth, much more than you think. Just don't go and try to fanboy on them. That's when they get sick of you.
Yeah, definitely don't fanboy. Everyone's there to have a good time. Again, there's some laid back people. And if you're going to network with some conservative leaders, I'll give you some word of advice. As a person who used to be a chief of staff and worked at a state house, look for their staff. You might have Brian Donaldson. I'm not saying he's going to be there. Say he is there. He's going to be swamped by people. But you'll see one or two people just standing there. No one's talking to them. They're on their phones. They're just looking at the time, checking their watches. Those are his staff. Those are the people that will get you the meetings. Those are the people who will have the connections for the jobs. The politicians, they do great work. The face, they're the front. but the person behind the scenes making sure everything runs smoothly so that guy gets where he needs to go on time and all those bills that he needs to see are read, are the chiefs of staff, are the people behind the scenes, and you have a chance to opportunity to talk with these guys. So please take time with doing this as well. It might be great that you can talk to Donald Trump Jr., but it's just as great that you get to talk to his chief of staff. And these are the hardworking people who keep this country moving, who just do it because they love and they don't want any attention, but they can help you move your career forward.
Well, and I can say Donald Trump Jr. would fall into this category from what I've seen of him and the type of person that he is, the character that he displays in public. Many good leaders, if not, frankly, I think every good leader cares about how you treat their people, and you're probably going to get farther by having a great interaction with one of the staff members, especially if you get the right one, than you will by even talking to the individual, because very good chance that the individual will not remember you when they leave the event, because they're going to meet thousands of people. But you treat the staff person right, you take care of them, they're going to remember, hey, remember that one guy with the weird hair and the cowboy hat on, that had his kids and family with him? Yeah, that guy was really cool. Because everyone else ignores that person, right? But if you're the one that makes a point to make them feel like you care about them, they're going to make a point to make sure that you get cared about as well. And Jarrett, I know you can speak from experience on that.
Oh yeah, I'm so true. I used to have events when I ran campaigns or worked at the state house, and we'd talk to people. People come up to me, and it was always the smart up and comers, like, oh, you're chief of staff. Let me talk to you. How do you get involved? Just want to know what's going on. Because again, you're right. Some of these politicians, celebrities are going to meet 10,000, 20,000 people that weekend. It might be hard pressed for them to remember, but some will. I got to say, like Winston Sears, I met her once or twice, and it's like third time I met her, she remembered exactly who I was. We talked. So some of these people will remember, but you can't blame them if they forget, because again, they're going to be so busy speaking with thousands and thousands of people. So again, make sure you talk to these people. They're the ones who know what's going on. They're the ones who have the real connections. They help you move forward. And again, they are leaders of the conservative movement. Just because they don't have a placard or they're not on TV does not mean they're not a leader. There are so many leaders coming to this event who don't want the limelight, but they run the conservative movement behind the scenes, not like the deep state. I'm not saying that. They're very open in the front. It's just that they don't want the limelight. I know this one guy, he's such a fantastic conservative. All he does is spend his time praying and donating, but he doesn't want anyone to know that. He donates hundreds of thousands of dollars, and that's all he does because he cares about the movement. He wants no attention for it. He's just doing it for the kingdom and for the country. So guys, come to this event to meet the real movers and shakers of this country and the conservative movement. You're going to meet your favorite conservative at this event.
Yeah, that's right. So guys, that brings us to reason number 3, content with a purpose. There is so much content that is delivered in these 19th through the 22nd, 20, 21, 22, 4 days. You will not be able to consume it all. You will not be able to remember it all. There's breakout sessions, there's tracks, whatever you want to learn about, they're going to be talking about it. They're going to be talking about it from main stage. There's going to be private events as well and other things. But we're gonna have panels. They're going to have some amazing speakers. Jarrett, give them a glimpse of some of the panels that happened last year. The types of things that we talk about at AmFest.
Man, they talk about everything from faith in the family to there was even I believe a debate between liberals and conservatives. The Brexit, I think it's called the Brexit experience. There were so many different panels and discussions. But Mike, I love that you brought up content, because there's so much content to take in at this event. But also, if you're a content creator, there's so many opportunities to create content with a purpose. So many times you might go in the field, you're just doing these videos or man on the streets, but you're going to be at an event with maybe up to 20,000 conservatives who love talking about this, celebrities, other podcasters. Make sure you connect with them, because you go on each other's shows, you can make content with each other. There's so much opportunity that you can make your content for your next month at this event. So please get your press pass. I say it ahead of time, guys. There could be hundreds and hundreds of media outlets out there, but if you're a podcaster or a streamer or a media outlet, get that media pass so you can make that content. Again, you don't got to be on Media Row to get good content. You can travel all around the building, no matter where you go, from the protesters outside to the lunchroom. I mean, like, you can go sit down in the cafeteria and see Bryce and Grace in there. You know what I mean? That's like what happened to me last year. I went over there and saw him sitting down. We were just talking. So, guys, there's so much opportunities for content, and but also to learn something. I love an experience where you actually gain information. One thing about the left, if you watch any event they have, whether it's a rally or a DNC, there's no content. There's no purpose. It's just fluff and talking trash without any substance whatsoever, which embodies everything that they're about. But events like this comes with purpose, comes with content, and also it's a good time. And also you get content that people like. And if you're a streamer, use the hashtags that we provide, because you can piggyback off that and get likes and shares. And guys, it's a great chance to grow your own network and grow your own brand, and also help share the Turning Point brand.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like Jarrett was saying, it is not cheap to get a booth at AmFest. I can admit that and say that, but you don't have to have a booth. Get the media pass, like Jarrett was saying. Get the VIP pass with the media pass. That's probably the best way to go, is to get both of those together. If you don't get a booth, really the best way to get in there is with the media pass and a booth. Get on Media Row and get the VIP all together. But short of that, you guys are going to have an opportunity to interact with people that just the conversation alone can change the direction of your media organization, of your show, of your podcast, whatever that is. And we're also going to have some amazing speakers there. Last year we had Glenn Beck, Don Jr., and some really great speakers, and we're going to get to that in just a second. And okay, we're here we are, speakers. So we actually have a infographic on this, but don't bring it up quite just yet. Tease this out a little bit more. But last year we had one of my favorite, Jarrett, was Glenn Beck, actually. And Glenn Beck is someone who is very faith-based. He's actually LDS, right? Unless he's converted since then, but I know he was LDS before. But very good man of God, I believe. He does a lot for the faith movement, for the conservative movement. Don Jr., phenomenal speaker. We had some other speakers that were interesting in their own right, but go ahead and bring up that infographic so we can share with them who some of the first announced speakers are. And we got Charlie, we got Tucker, we got Don Jr. Don Jr., if you guys haven't heard Don Jr. speak, Jarrett, I got to say, out of this whole group, Don Jr. might be my favorite, and it's not just because the name. He is phenomenal. I think that guy can do any media show he wanted to, if he wanted to. He's funny. He's entertaining. I think if the Trump family stays in politics, which remains to be seen, we don't know if that's going to happen or not, he's got a great career ahead of him. Whatever he wants, frankly, he has no reason to stay in politics. So, like, what does that benefit him? But same as his dad, right? We're like, what does it benefit Trump? Like, all he's done is face persecution. He's fighting for our country, the same as Jarrett and I are. But we got Ben Carson, we got George Janko, Brandon Tatum, and Matt Gaetz. And Jarrett, Brandon is also another one of my favorites. And I get to hear Charlie regularly. I get to hear the podcast. We were just over in Phoenix. What was it, last week? Yeah, it was middle of last week. We got to hear Charlie speak with JD Vance at one of the churches over there in Mesa, Arizona. But one of my favorites besides Don Jr. is actually Brandon Tatum. I love how Brandon speaks, and man has a great platform, but he also is very intelligent, very articulate, and very inspiring.
Yeah, he is. I I owe a lot of my career to Brandon Tatum and Blexit. I mean, this family right there. I love everything they did. I don't know where I'd be politically. It's funny, they show stuff on your timeline sometimes on social media. And in 2018, I lost my first race, and I was at a campaign. It was a state level race, and I remember posting about seeing a video of theirs and posting about Blexit and how it was kind of inspiring me to keep going. And then I would say 2 years later, I mean, they started 2018, 2020, 2 years later, I'm assistant state director and a state director and a regional manager, and now I'm with Turning Point. I mean, a lot of these guys are fantastic speakers. And I love about this list, we have something for everybody, every generation. And we got Ben Carson, we got George Janko for the Gen Zs. Brandon Tatum's phenomenal. His videos made my brother more conservative. My brother's watching the videos now, and he's basically red pilling himself from the Brandon Tatum video. Brandon for that. Tucker's amazing. Tucker's just fantastic. And then Charlie. One thing I love about Charlie, he's one of the most hardest working guys I have seen in this field. Like a lot of times you work for a company and they got, besides you and Charlie, some other people, they're not putting in the same amount of work that everyone else is doing. I mean, Charlie's first one in, last one to leave, know everybody's name. I mean, this is a great organization. And, we're going to have more and more people. And then Ben Carson. Ben Carson, guys, if you have never heard Ben Carson speak, you must. This guy doesn't raise above a whisper, jokingly, but his impact. I mean, the whole room hangs on every single word. And when I met him in New Jersey, I think maybe last year, we talked for like 5 minutes. It was so inspirational. It really made my day talking with Ben Carson. And guys, you'll get a chance to see all these people, possibly speak with them, take pictures. It's a life-changing experience. And also, we had people last year. We had Rob Snyder come there, who was a hilarious comedian. That was one of my favorites because Mike, I love to tell jokes, and I think comedy is being murdered right now by the left. You can't joke about anything, and Rob Snyder standing strong. And also, he's one of the few people to call out that nonsense on SNL. Oh my God, that show is awful now. Awful.
Oh, it's unwatchable, frankly. But y'all don't know this. Jarrett's actually really funny, guys. So we're gonna be making a point to get Jarrett. We might have to do some stand up when we're in Phoenix, Jarrett.
Let's go for it, man. I love it. I love telling jokes. And one thing I realize, there's not a lot of conservative people who try to make this fun. We have people who tell jokes. Brandon Tatum, he does that. Some other people, but the left has the Bill Maher's, the left has the John Olivers. We can tell jokes the same way, guys. We can have fun. The liberals give us so much to make fun of. I mean, guys, it's so much stuff we can laugh about while educating people. And, but sometimes, guys, I laugh to keep myself from shedding a tear because some of the stuff they did is so awful, it's so bad. You can only help from laughing, because if not, you're going to go down that rabbit hole and be just like them, miserable and hating yourself and hating the man in the mirror.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, guys. So, Jarrett, I think that, again, I love all of the speakers. We're going to be doing more speaker drops too, and we're going to be announcing them on this show as they drop. And the benefit advantage we get of doing this show daily is we're going to do those speaker drops in real time as they come out. So as soon as there's a new speaker drop, we're going to let y'all know about it. As soon as there is a promotion around this event, we're going to let y'all know about it. We're going to make sure you guys stay in tune with what's going on. And so, yeah, make sure you keep watching. But I think we got one more reason to come to Turning Point, and if we can get the drum roll. Reason number one: 511 Media Group Live. We've been talking to you guys about being there. Yeah, snap. We've been talking to you guys. We're going to be there. Obviously, we're going to be there, but we're going to be doing our live stream, and we're going to be having as many of our talent as we can get out there. We're going to have them out there. We're going to be streaming multiple shows from the event. I suspect Jarrett will be stopping by the booth. Pierre, who we're about to be releasing a brand new podcast for here coming up in the next few weeks. You guys stay tuned for that one. That's going to be amazing. Pierre will be very likely stopping by our booth to do a live stream with us. We're gonna try to get some of our other talent over there. See how that goes. We got a few months away for that, but Jarrett, I think we might have to do our morning show one of the days from there too.
I think so. I think it'll be a great time, guys. You should definitely come out and check us out. The great thing about Media Row is that you can watch all these shows live. So we love a live audience. Sometimes my fiance sits on the couch and watches me live. It really makes it a fun time. But
That's
guys,
cool.
yeah, it's funny. And then, like I say some stuff, she gives me a look like she's super hardcore, more conservative than I am. So like, she's like, I could be a little more conservative with that. But guys, it's a great time. You'll see us. We're a great team. We have a lot of fun. We like to wear cowboy hats too. So come over with your Cowboys hats. It's not just me and Mike. You'll see Renata. You'll see Boomer, and then possibly some other people that are coming on as well. One thing that Mike is doing, which I commend him so well, he's great at locating talent and bringing people on. And he's finding such great people who have a voice, but need some type grooming it, or have a voice but needed a platform. So this is why events like this or groups like 511 are so important. It gives platform for voices that are constantly silenced. They're constantly telling us to be quiet. You're a man, you can't talk about abortion. Oh, Mike, you're white, you can't talk about racial tensions. Oh, you're an American, you can't talk about the border because you're not an illegal immigrant. But all this stuff affects us daily, and we're not allowed to talk about it because of the social dynamics they say don't even exist. So let's just knock this stuff out the park. Let's not deal with it, and let's come out to this event, and you can come hang out with us live. It's going to be great. Get your 511 merch, rock your shirt, come wear your shirt there. Let's take pictures together with the shirts on, guys. We'll have some cool hashtags that we can share, about everything. It's going to be an amazing time, and I'm looking forward to it. And I love seeing some of you guys who watch us every day going to be there too. I know, shout out to Brock and Timothy. They'll probably be there too.
Yep.
If you guys are there, make sure you stop by the booth. We love to, meet you guys in person. Well, I met you guys pretty well to meet you guys and come over there. And anyone you watching, come by the team, come meet us. Again, we'd like to have a good time. We like to talk. We love to talk conservative values. We love talking about the Lord, but also we love helping. So if you guys want to come connect with us, let's go.
Yeah, and we're gonna, Jarrett. This is probably even surprising news to you. We're starting to build our contributor army as well. We have some of those guys that are going to be there. Viv Ivy will be there. We're making a point to make sure she gets there. Jarrett, do you know Kiki?
You know what? I just started following her. She did that video with it had so many of my friends and colleagues in it. It was amazing work. It was I'm Not With Her. We'll drop the link in the comments. It's fantastic. Yeah. So I know we'll be interviewing her soon. I'm actually really looking forward to that interview. She does some amazing content. Really fired about having her on. But yeah, it's great to have her. I think too, having a contributor, and also if you're a contributor or you're a podcaster looking for a conservative platform, looking for a Christian-based company, come on. And this is why I came on with 511. Initially, I'll keep it short. After our event in Peoples in Detroit, I was going to go home and do my podcast. Hold on. Sorry about that. Kids are home. So I'll go home I'll do my podcast. And I said, I'm going to go home. I'm going to work on it. And then Boomer, one of our contributors, came up to me and said, you got to meet 511. So did Pierre. And it was just a match made in heaven. It was so perfect because I wanted to do this. And God brought me to some people who were already doing what we're doing. And we came together. So if you're a podcaster or a contributor or even a sponsor, if you're looking to sponsor a great company, come see us, guys. We love talking. We love to see. And again, one thing I like about Mike, I like a lot of things about Mike. One of the things about Mike is that when he brings a company on, he doesn't just vet what they're about, vet what they're going to do. He vets to see if they fit the company's culture. If they're Christian based, are they doing it for the Lord? Are they just caring about making millions of dollars and saying screw everyone else? You bring on such strong companies that have a reverence for the Lord, but also care about this country. It just makes things so much easier and so much better.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is important to me, that we're not just bringing you guys voices and brands to just make more noise and make a quick buck. We're bringing companies that are a partnership. We're bringing voices that are partnership, people that we believe in because we know that they're carrying the movement forward. Again, like Viv, Kiki, Price, companies like Freedom 2.0, Covenant Coffee, Stand Up Now Apparel, and more that we're in conversations with that you'll be learning about coming up as well. So guys, thank you so much for being a supporter of 511 and what we're doing here. We don't just do this because I want to be on the air, or because I want to become famous or whatever. Frankly, I would rather not do this, but it's a calling God gave me to move our values forward, to make a difference in the country. And if that's what it takes me to get here every single day and do this to make a difference in the world, to make a difference for the kingdom, then let's go. Right, Jarrett?
Exactly, guys. You know what? And the thing about Mike and myself and Renata and Pierre and everyone else with 511, we won't say this to you unless we're doing it ourselves. You know, we're not going to say, hey, do this, and we're sitting on our couches not doing anything. We're the front line. We're the first people to go into this battle. And this, guys, this is a spiritual warfare battle. And we're the first people to go in here because we know we have God's armor to protect us, and we're doing the Lord's work. So coming into an event like this, it's a break. It's a chance to relax. It's a chance to have a good time, but it's also a chance to be energized and continue the good work that you're already doing in your own countries and your own towns. And I say own countries because people from across the world come to this event because they know the impact and significance of 20,000 strong conservatives coming together to help. To make real help, not this nonsense BS help the liberals try to do just to placate people. No, genuine help to make sure this country is a great place and continue to be strong and to thrive. But it takes events like this. It takes you guys coming there. And also, if you're like me in the East Coast or you live in the Northeast, like some of our other people that contributors, it's going to be freezing in December. You can get 30. It's going to be like, I'm going now from 60-degree weather to probably 20 in snow. So I can hang out in the sun for a couple of days. And guys, Arizona in December, it's the best time to go. It's
That's right.
I went in August last time after I got my hair draped. All sweated out. I had an afro the time I went back. But December is amazing weather, some great food. And again, it's going to be a good time, guys. Like, we'll talk more about AmFest and have some more stuff as we continue, as we go through. But this is just an intro to tell you guys the amazing reasons that we love AmFest. And we want to know the reasons you love it too. So please drop in the comments, let us know, DM us, share this video, like this video, comment, subscribe. Because guys, I want to let you know something. Me and Mike were looking at our metrics the other day, and the powers that be are trying to shut us down because we refuse to placate. We refuse to say things like unalived. We refuse to say that nonsense. We refuse to play all sorts of stuff, and they try to stop us. But guys, there's some change coming. The winds of change are coming. Just look at Zuckerberg and all the Trump stuff. The change is coming. You want to be on the right side, and being on the right side starts with coming to events like this and supporting groups like 511 Media.
That's right, guys. So thank you all for watching. Make sure to go check out our website. We're gonna be you know, something I haven't mentioned this until right now, but we're gonna be doing a daily devotional, which we did a few years ago. We're gonna bring that back. If you guys want to be part of our daily devotional via email, drop a comment in the hashtag, say devotional, and we'll make sure that you get part of that as well. So thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.